thought I'd just make a video about how I became vegan and what my journey's been so far, and a little bit about why I made this channel. So I became vegan in 2011, at the beginning of 2011, and the reason that I became vegan was because at the time I had really bad acne, and I had read that those who became vegan cured their acne, and one of the examples is Alicia Silverstone. So I had seen a bit of her videos and where she talks about how she used to have really bad acne and how cutting out all the meat, eggs and dairy really cleared up her skin. So that was one of the things that interested me in becoming vegan, and as I read more into it, I came across the website 30bananasaday.com, and then from there I also read books like the 80-10-10 diet and the China study and other books on nutrition. So I was reading books on health and nutrition. I was reading people's testimonies on the forums on 30 Bananas a Day, as well as on other websites where people would show before and after pictures of what happened when they cut out the dairy, the meat and the eggs. And I read some stories of some transformations of people's skin. So that was the main reason that I decided to change my diet. I didn't eat a lot of meat beforehand, but I did occasionally eat high-fat foods like chips. They would be my weakness. I'd say chips and fries. Those comfort type of foods are my weakness, and I get around it now just by eating baked potatoes and of course just keeping my carbohydrate intake high enough so that I don't get to that hungry stage where I will just eat whatever's available. So when I first became vegan, it was straight into the raw vegan. So I went straight into eating a lot of fruit and veggies. So thankfully I read enough about the diet to know not to go the high fat way. Because I had been on 30 bananas a day and I had read the 80-10-10 diet, I knew that the healthier way to go about it was to keep the fat intake low and not to go binging on the raw nuts and seeds. So I had fruit for breakfast and lunch and sometimes for dinner, and my family thought I was a bit crazy, as anyone would think, like, who's not used to having their daughter or their sister eat high carb vegan fruit and veggies all day. So, but anyway, I saw the results of following this diet. Fruit for breakfast and lunch, and I just keep it vegan, low fat for dinner. And within the first month of doing this, my skin cleared up so much. I used to have at least 20 pimples on my face at a time, and I would not want to go out. I wouldn't want to see people because even if I put on makeup, you can still see that I have pimples underneath the makeup, and it's pretty embarrassing. Like, anyone who's had acne will understand what it's like. Those who've never had skin problems probably wouldn't relate, but at the time, before I became vegan, I was taking antibiotics and I was on the pill for several months, and those things would help a little bit, but my skin wasn't totally clear yet. I was still getting pimples, and when I decided to go off the pill, then the pimples came back a little worse. So I know that it's not a permanent solution. What you have to do is to treat the cause and not just cover up the symptoms. So I decided to go off the antibiotics and the pill, and then I started this diet, and I saw that I was getting results, and so that inspired me to keep going. Although I found it in winter and just with a busy lifestyle, I found it hard to stay raw until dinner. So I would eat fruit for breakfast, and then for lunch and dinner I tend to just have a high carb vegan meal and keep it low fat. I still avoided junk food, and I wouldn't really eat that much food from packages, so I would eat mainly homemade things, and only if I go out then I'd maybe have something with a little more oil in it, but that would not be very often. So my acne improved dramatically in a month, and I still had a few pimples, but it really wasn't that bad. It was more just the scarring, which gradually disappeared, and using this serum that I make helped, and you can check out the video for that if you are interested. So I use natural products on my skin to help with the scarring and to just reduce the breakouts as well. And over the last 2 years, I think my acne has improved a lot. So now I don't get more than 3 pimples at a time. So if I do, then I consider that like a breakout for me. Like if I get 3 pimples on my face, or even if I get one big one, I'll like that's the extent of my acne at the moment. But I'm pretty happy with the stage that I'm at, that I've reached this stage without the pill or antibiotics or any other medication. And I know that there's other people who have gone the way of taking Roaccutane, and I know that's a drug that I didn't want to take. There are side effects of that, and some people are willing to experience the side effects in order to have relief from their acne. But I thought if there's a way that I can avoid that, then I will. So that is why I became vegan. That was the very first reason. And now that my skin is clear, I still wouldn't go back to eating the way that I was. Not only because my pimples might come back, but even if that wasn't the case, I would still be vegan because of all the health benefits related to being vegan that I've read. Some good books include How to Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease by Esselstyn, and The China Study by T. Colin Campbell. There's a Dr. Michael Greger puts out some videos sometimes on his website nutritionfacts.org. I've read some things on pcrm.org. I've read articles on notmilk.com and on Dr. McDougall's website, and he's also written a book called The Starch Solution, which I haven't read, but I've seen just a preview of it and like on Amazon, and I know that's a good book. I've seen some good reviews on it, and I've seen the recipes on his website as well, and the testimonials of people who have not only lost weight but have reversed some other diseases. So I know that the low-fat vegan way of eating is the most healthy way for us to eat. And because of all the benefits that I've experienced, I want to share my story and hopefully be of help to anyone else who may be going through health issues or acne or other skin problems. Another skin problem that I used to have and currently might have a little bit of at times is eczema. I know that people have cleared up eczema by having a low-fat, high-carb vegan diet, mainly of fruit. So the more fruit, the better, but if you can't get fruit, then you get your calories from starchy vegetables or grains. So eczema has also improved. So at the same time of having a lot of pimples on my face, I used to have eczema like on the back of my knee or on my neck, and sometimes I'd have bigger patches around my eyes, and that only occurred around the time that I got acne as well. So I think it might have been a build-up of all the junk that I'd been eating, like the effect of just having that standard diet. Even though I didn't eat a lot of meat and I didn't eat that much junk, like mainly I had home-cooked meals, it's still not the optimum diet. If you're still having animal products and still cooking with oil, it's not optimum, like not optimal for your body. So once I cut all that out, well, at least 90% of it, especially with the cooked oil, then I saw more dramatic changes in my skin. So I wouldn't go back to eating the way I was because of all these benefits that I've experienced and read about, and as well as reading about these benefits, I've also read about the ethical side of being a vegan and the environmental benefits of being vegan. So I am now more aware of that side of things, and I wouldn't say that I'm perfect in every way, but I do my best to avoid using animal products and buying them, and I do look into where things are made, and I try to avoid cruelty in what I buy as much as I can, and you can only do the best with what you know and with your situation, so that's what I try to do. And so that's where I'm at now. I eat a high carb, low fat, plant-based diet, and I also try to avoid using animal products in my skincare, hair care, and anything else that I buy. Like I even try to avoid buying wool or leather. Like all the belts that I've bought since being a vegan are not leather, and I still own leather shoes, but they're bought from when I wasn't a vegan, so I don't even wear them that often, but I don't want to throw them out or waste them, so I'll just use them until they can't be used anymore. So I hope that this video wasn't too long, but that it inspired you to change your diet for the better if you're vegan or whether you're not vegan. I hope that this will motivate you to solve your own health problems by looking at your diet and lifestyle first before going to the shortcut way of taking a pill, which could have side effects or even other long-term effects that you're not aware of. And if you need any help, then you can always message me or comment in this video of any questions that you have, and I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you for watching. Bye.